Let's get to it, man. It's been over a decade since we've seen each other.
Yeah, over a decade.
You know what I mean?
Man.
How long has it been?
Man, I had these dreads for 16 years. A little over 16 years, but we count 16 plus.
16 plus years.
Yeah, I feel like me getting my haircut is gonna be like a more mature look for me. You know, I'm ready for something different, you know? I'm walking to a new chapter. Let's change the inside and the out.
Hey, so your birthday's what, next week?
Birthday's next week, man. I turned 33, January 28th.
33?
33, the big 33.
Man, you make me feel old.
Oh, this right here.
No, I'm not doing that. I am not doing that.
No,
okay,
man.
yeah. See, this is right up my alley, my boy. Yeah. All right, guys, first thing I'm gonna do is, man, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna go straight to the root right away. Just get the length more or so, because I know he said he wants to keep some of it. I definitely recommend this. Don't go straight to the root whenever you're cutting someone's, dreads off immediately, all right? Definitely wouldn't recommend that. Growth, to growth, baby, to growth. All right.
That's crazy.
That'll be $100. Easy. And you had a little undercut going on here, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. These right here ain't gonna save for you. I can see the length.
Can't turn around now.
Well, ain't no turning back now, my boy. Well, you like one of the things that going through some things, she took her weave out and like, ah!
God, yeah.
Look at that, Shay. Don't worry about it. You about to have a crispy line up here shortly. I'm gonna pick his hair out a little bit. Like I said, I'm gonna take him to the wash bowl, but I definitely wanna knock down some of his length. As you can see, for the most part, this was all his new growth up underneath all those dreads. So now I'm looking to get down to the desired length, and now that I identify his growth pattern, I'm just gonna follow it along, working my way down to it. So now I'm going one, all the way open, all right, with the grain. As you can see, like I said, identifying his growth pattern now. Not gonna lie, I think you are by far the person I've cut with the longest tenure of hair. 16 years.
Oh, yeah?
Easily. 16 years without a haircut. Put in the comment section below, man. What's the longest hair you done chopped off? Like, what's the longest period of time someone has went without a haircut that you cut yourself? Because for me, this is it, 16 years.
Yeah, this is my first haircut as an adult. This is crazy.
Taking my FX1 Low Pro, all right, setting my initial guideline, high taper, take it from the top of the ear to the top of the corner. I'm gonna give it a little arch, so like a half moon. Well, actually, when I saw his, it was a straight line across. All right, we'll keep it straight across. That's the initial guideline right there. Now it comes to the back real quick. Just put the guideline in back here. I'm gonna take my shaver. All right, I'm not gonna take it all the way to the line. Gonna leave a little bit of area. Do not make the mistake of taking your shaver all the way up to your guideline. All right, you're just creating yourself another guideline. It's gonna be harder to take out. So I would definitely recommend you leaving a little bit of real estate right there for you to either clean up with your trimmers or you'd be able to flick out with your trimmers later on. Now I'm gonna take my clipper all the way open. All right, set my next guideline. About our fingers width. All right. I'm gonna drop that thing halfway, all right, and go ahead and start taking that initial guideline out. And I'm gonna close it, get rid of that last line right there. I'm gonna take my one all the way open, all right, get my next guideline in there. About a width finger apart, half an inch, as far as guideline goes, all right, about a width of your finger is what your guideline should be. When you get it in my crack, you should compress my fades a lot, and that was a large reason because I didn't have a wide enough guideline. And since I know this is already a one open, I'm just gonna go ahead and just clean out unnecessary bulk I see there, and then close it all the way. I'm gonna start off with my half guard halfway, and then if necessary, do some lever play to get that last guideline out, all right? I'm gonna start with it halfway. Very important to keep brushing. All right, I see a little darkness right here, so I'm gonna go with the grain. I already passed that with my one open. All right, I'm gonna take my half open and just slightly just go with the grain just to take that little oh-so darkness out. All right, you can see a little bit right here. Go with the grain and slowly but surely blend it into that. With coarse hair, you sometimes have to go with the grain and sometimes against the grain. Just never play it. All right, to me, this is the most important part of the haircut is the lineup. I feel like the lineup is like putting the picture in its frame. Side of the neck, using my pointer finger to hold the finger down. I'm just gonna clean up right around there first. Like using the very tip of my clipper to go around the ear. I don't use the whole clipper to go around the ear. Just, gives me a little bit of insurance as far as precision goes. When it goes around the ear is just using the very tip of the trimmer itself, all right? I'm gonna do the front lineup. As you guys can see right here, my man still has a pretty strong lineup. All right, we're gonna start right here in the middle at the highest point of recession. All right, right about there. Work my way to the right, work my way to the left, sidebars, out the door. So that way I can still ensure myself having a nice line of precision when it comes to his lineup. All right, did that side, now we'll come over to this side. All right, guys, as you can see right here, these hairs kind of like curl up. Why? He has wavy hair, not to mention he had dressed for so long. So how to go ahead and, avoid that getting in the way of your lineup, take your trimmer, all right? And you gotta make sure that you don't point down because you'll zeke them. That's why you gotta have a steady hand. You wanna graze, all right, the very front of that, kill any of those hairs that curl up. But be very careful because you can easily zeke your client, all right? It takes a little stable hand to do this, but it'll ensure you to have a more crispier lineup. So now when I come in to stamp his line, I don't have to worry about curly hair or his hair curling up in the front there. All right, my guy, here we go.
Yes, sir.
All that brushing and shampooing to do.
Real freshman, 10 times better than I expected. 10 times better.
Boy, look like you put a suit on now, my boy.
Man, listen, feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you coming, man.
For sure, man. Appreciate
Much
you,
love
bro.
always, man. Great seeing you. Proud of you, man.
Damn it, Tito. Another one?
I've been cutting Grayson since he was in a booster seat. When he was about a feet shorter. My man is a senior now, about to go off to college here shortly, but he's looking for a new look. So Grayson, what exactly you looking for, man?
Well, I want to even everything out on top with my sides and get a low taper.
All right, guys, first things first, as you guys can see, he did his best to pick it out. You know what I mean? He got it mostly, but what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna pick it out as much as you can. Don't go into their root right away. You're gonna pull their hair, all right? What I like to do is, start at the very ends of their hair, work there, and then work it down. I wanna get this as froey as possible. All right, so I can start cutting it to see where exactly it connects and disconnect. The disconnect is right at his parietal, so it's gonna be safe to say once I get this picked out, I'm probably gonna just take off that overhang right away so it can clean up my canvas to help me get to the look that I'm trying to accomplish, all right? I'm looking to cut off that overhang right away, all right? Just kind of freehanding it. Could I went with a guard with this? Yeah, but knowing what he wants to accomplish, this is why the consultation is so important. He actually wants to get braids. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim some down, pick it back out. Trim some down, pick it back out. You wanna make sure that you're accommodating accordingly. This is why your consultation is so important. It's not about what you want as a barber, it's about what the client is willing to pay you for. The hair where his hair is grown at, the overhang. So I'm gonna start right here and just start taking that off right away. Right now, what I'm looking to create is I'm trying to create like a nice round look, all right? Trying to make it as even as possible. Don't be so concerned about the shape right now. Be more concerned about cutting off the obvious, all right? The obvious overhang, the obvious overgrowth. Again, hair that he has, hair that's clearly overgrown. So I'm gonna cut that off next. And all I'm focusing on right now is getting the hair off his face. I'm not going straight up with it, okay? I'm not going straight up in this angle. I'm coming almost off his face at an angle. I'm gonna set my guideline at the top of my ear as my reference point. We're gonna do a mid taper, so I'm gonna go straight across. If I wanted to do a high taper, I'll go here, mid taper here, low taper here. Go ahead and punch in my initial guideline. Since I already have my trimmer in my hand, being efficient here, I'm gonna go ahead and just clean up the facial hair that I know he wants me to clean up anyway. All right, and since I'm already here, I'm gonna go ahead and push his fro out the way and line up his neck. Just wanna make sure I clean him up nicely. I don't wanna dig into any potential hair growth that he could use to braid his hair. So I'm gonna push his hair out the way and put that neckline in. Okay, not being too aggressive, not being too cosmetic with it. All right, just so enough so it can make sure that it looks like it's clean and well defined. Gonna use my pointer finger. As I got the trimmer in my hand, go ahead and just clean up behind his ears while I'm at it. Again, these are just simple tricks that you guys can utilize in order to be a little bit more efficient in the shop. I'm going with my Baby's Low Pole clipper. I set my initial guideline all the way open. I'm gonna go ahead and just take that out right away, drop it to the middle, and close it. Okay, guys, I'm going with my 2-guard, all right, and I'm gonna come off the shape of his head, all right? I'm not gonna dig into his fro, because again, he's trying to grow this hair out anyway, all right? But you can see he has a little growth here, so that's the hair I'm really attacking. I'm gonna go ahead and pin that hair out the way so I don't hit none of this hair that he could possibly braid. Come off right off the shape of the head. Now we're not digging to any of his new growth. 1.5, you know, my 0.5s, I like to go halfway. After 1.5, we're gonna come with the 1 all the way open. Drop it to the middle. And then we're gonna do it all the way close. 0.5, what we doing? You already know, halfway, all right? Halfway, just using my corners. And take out that last little faint line that we see right there. I'm trying to make a line that goes all the way across that could give the illusion as if he does have hair there. And you guys can see, I'm lining the hair up as if it's still there. He has blonde hair that you guys might not be able to see on the camera, but I see it being here in person. All right, coming in with the sidebar, I like to punch, pull away. Punch, pull away. All right, guys, I'm coming with some curling cream, rub all this inside of it, and you're gonna see how his hair could go from an afro look to a curly look. Watch. Just gonna massage this in to his hair. Notice I didn't put water first. I like to put the product in first, kind of massage it in, especially with his hair being so dry. What exactly we're gonna get done today, my boy? My guy here, I've been seeing him since he was in the booster seat. And now here he is about to be a senior in high school, right?
Yeah.
All right, and he said he's gonna go in there looking grown. So what we gonna do today, man?
I'm cutting off his dreads and getting a high taper.
You cutting these things off?
Yup.
How long you been growing them?
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years? So what's making you cut it?
No, I just want to restart.
Just wanna restart? You plan on growing it back or you just gonna try to rock?
I don't know.
You don't know yet?
Don't know yet.
You sure?
I can't keep on doing this, bro. Oh my gosh. Hey,
You gonna do another one just to make sure it's real?
Yeah, I want to do another one. I don't know yet.
Okay, there it is.
That's crazy.
All right, now it's my turn. Yeah, man, we got time to play. Let's go and knock this thing down. So I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna go ahead and just use my longer shears so I can get more dreads at one time. Since we are gonna cut it down, really doesn't matter. I don't wanna cut it too close to the root. Just gonna grab them, just cut them. 2 years to grow it, 10 seconds to cut them.
That's crazy.
All right, man, that'd be $50. So, nah, but you can't, to me, you can't go wrong either way. So why forensics?
I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie, because I had the class this year. It was mad fun.
Okay. He wanted to keep a little bit of the length so that way he has the opportunity to either curl it, sponge curl it, or fro it. So I'm gonna go in, this to me looks like a 3. So I'm gonna go in with a 3 all the way open and just go in the direction of his hair, his growth pattern. And yeah, the 3 was a real good guess. As you can see, it's almost perfectly even with what the growth was on the sides already. Good way to keep hair out of your client's eyes is use your offhand whenever you're knocking the hair down. Use your offhand as a shield so that way less hair falls on their faces, because there's nothing more uncomfortable to a client than hair being all over their face. So if you can minimize that and increase their comfortability, that's definitely a plus for you. While I have the trimmer in my hand still, instead of pinning down and going right into my fade, I'm gonna go ahead and just knock out the easy things, in my opinion. And let's go ahead and set the initial line in the back of the neck, because I already have the trim in my hand. It's all about efficiency in the shop. I am doing this tutorial during shop hours, first one of the day, so you just wanna be mindful of that and just be as efficient as possible when it comes to not only recording a haircut during shop hours, but also just being efficient, period, in your processes. All right, using my pointer finger, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and bend the ear down and go around the ear. Come in with my UV shaver, single foil, balled it out. We're gonna go no guard all the way open, lever open, about a finger's length guideline. Drop that lever all the way down. We're gonna go ahead and knock that guideline right out right away. Again, it's all about efficiency. So instead of me putting the next guideline in, I'm just gonna go ahead and knock out that guideline I just created. And we're gonna drop that lever all the way down. And I like to use my thumb to stretch the skin so I can get a more flatter surface to do my detailing, to get my hard guideline out of there. All right, we'll take my one guard all the way open. Another finger's length of a guideline, finger's length, about that thick. All right, drop it down so I can start taking that guideline out. And close it. I'm gonna take the 1.5, and because I know he wants to possibly grow his hair back out, instead of me continuing going up with the taper, I'm gonna take this bolt, I'm gonna comb it out, and I'm gonna go with the grain so it can transition a little bit more smoother to the top. So when I'm doing the lineup, I like to see where the highest recession point is right here. All right, so I'm gonna start in the middle, work this way, come back to the middle, work that way. Some people like in the middle or the end of the eyebrow. For me, it's the end. All right, the tap, pull away, tap, pull away. Meet those lines together. Start from here and go to the other side. All right, guys, about to go in with the Tomb45 Beam Team XL, the best air compressor out there on the market, wirelessly charging capable, and combined with, to me, the best color enhancement in the game, Tomb45. This one particularly, the Onyx Black, all right, staining the skin, not so much the hair, therefore lasting longer, water resistant, combined with our clutch card to get our angles that we're looking for, all right? So when applying color, guys, it's all about the angle. For me, when it comes to the sidebar, I don't do a direct hit. I like to come at an angle. And the reason why I like to come at an angle, because it allows my overspray to go into the fade that we've already created. So for his sidebar, coming at a nice little angle. But when it comes to the front lineup, I do more with direct hit. Why? Because that's what you want, a more defined dark line. All right, so I do a direct hit. And as you can see, man, it blends extremely well. This Onyx Black with his black hair. Color enhancements should only enhance your already good work. If you notice your lining was already crispy, but with enhancement, it just looked a lot more fuller. Therefore, you have a nice little sharp look. Maybe you even pick him up a little girly today. Yeah, looking a little grown, yeah. Don't fight that smile back. I laced it now, I laced you. Like it? Mm-hmm. Good, man, you look more grown. Like I told you, I'll take you more serious now. Yeah. All right, man, good to see you, man.
You too.
Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, man. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. I really appreciate it. All right, let me know what you think about this transformation cut. Leave your comments below. Appreciate you.